Well, as we kick off a new year, many of us put that renewed focus on wellness, trying once again to set some healthy mind, body, and soul goals. This morning, we have dietitian Monique Richard here with us to help us all nurture our digestive garden. I like that. All right, Mon, great to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
So, nurturing our digestive garden.
Yes.
Kind of what you talk about. Why is that so important?
So when you think about a garden, think about how beneficial the soil can be to what we're actually eating. So the good bacteria in our gut is our soil. So we want that to be healthy so that what we eat gets used and utilized.
Well, and we certainly know from the past 2 years how important it is to really build up our bodies and have that good soil that you're talking about.
Exactly. A foundation is, fundamental to good health, especially mental health and immune support. They go together. The commonality is gut health.
Okay. So when we're talking about gut health, what are some of the things that we can do to really nurture that?
So fiber is a big thing because that's what the good bacteria feed on. So that's your prebiotic. Probiotic is more of the active cultures. Often people associate it with yogurt, but it can be found in fermented foods like kombucha, kefir, all the K's, right? Kimchi, it can be in sauerkraut. So if we get both the prebiotics and the probiotics, we're really nurturing that good bacteria, and that's really the foundation of our gut.
All right, and you started listing some of those words, and I'm sure a lot of viewers are like, okay, wait, what is that again?
Right.
So those are some of the things that are a little lesser known, I feel like, but so important. So kind of break that down for us.
Absolutely. And I guess it goes back to variety. So maybe you're not familiar with some of the words that I said, the kombucha, the kimchi. So a lot of these have some Asian traditional backgrounds. A lot of these are just cultured foods, literally and figuratively. So again, just getting enough variety. The fiber from vegetables are going to start feeding that good bacteria, and then you become more comfortable with maybe varying out and just adding more variety. Looking at the grocery store, trying something different. It doesn't always have to be yogurt. It can be, I brought here a probiotic cashew milk, so it's vegan and dairy free. So there's lots of options here.
And you mentioned going to the grocery store, and one of the things that we hear a lot is when we're trying to take that big step into better health, really shopping the outside of the grocery store, finding those fresh things.
Yes and no. We don't say that a whole lot anymore because people don't understand that the middle of the grocery store where the dried beans are high in fiber, high in magnesium, all these nutrients that we need more of. Those are in the middle aisles, the dried beans, the oats, the gluten-free whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, those types of things. So we don't typically say that anymore. It's really about the quality of what you're looking for and educating yourself about how those can be prepared.
So shopping those aisles, and then when I think of things like that, I think of a little bit more time consuming.
Sure.
So what are some of the ways that we can make those products a little bit easier when it comes to our daily life?
And again, you have to take a step back and really put some priority into your health. And prioritize. It does take time, it does take energy, but our health is what we have, so we really have to invest in that. But we can take shortcuts. So for example, I brought some green ginger tea. It takes just a couple of minutes to steep that tea bag, and if you don't like it hot, put it in your refrigerator. So you're saving those plastic bottles, you're saving the $4 and $5 from going through the drive-through. There are certain hacks that certainly can be made for everyone, but taking that time to invest in quality is going to be important.
I like that when you said that. There are some shortcuts.
There
are. Like, okay, let's talk about some of the shortcuts that we can do, because I think that you are definitely right. People are trying to invest, and we want to be able to spend some of that time, but to also have some of those that can make it quick and a little bit better. What about supplements? And you're hearing a lot about vitamins and taking vitamins and minerals and things like that.
Absolutely. As an integrative dietitian nutritionist, I definitely tailor supplements per individual. They can be very, very beneficial, especially if you're on medications like antidepressants, statins, anti-anxiety. It depletes vital nutrients. So supplements can be very beneficial, but it's all about who's manufacturing them, what is the quality, how much does that person need, reassessing. One size does not fit all. A grocery store supplement is not going to be the same as a highly evidence-based manufactured supplement. So you really want to work with a professional that understands your individual needs, but they can absolutely fit in.
Man, you are a wealth of information. I love it. And then lastly, just some advice for our viewers who are out there and really wanting to make this happen in their life.
Small steps equals big changes. If you are just, you didn't know any of the items that I mentioned, again, it's just using a couple of things that you're already familiar with and moving down the spectrum. If you want to try sauerkraut and just a couple of bites a day, totally fine. Just push yourself out of your comfort zone just a little bit.
All right. Sounds like some good information. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy New Year. We'll give everybody your website.
Great.
There it is right there on your screen. Eat Right, ttrx.com for more information. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.